Hey, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to start off our first sketch on Multipart Studios. We're going to be designing this clamp right here. So this is the final product and what it looks like. Notice that we are only working on one sketch and we are working in millimeters. So make sure you create a new document and change your unit length to millimeters. So for step one, we're going to change our units to millimeters and we're going to create a new sketch on our front plane. So click sketch, click the front, and let's rename this as master sketch, as shown here. For step two, we're drawing 5 construction lines. So let's reorient to our front plane. Once again, we have a sketch on our front plane. Let's go ahead and click on L and Q so we can create a construction line. So let's create this horizontal line like this. Let's show our constraints. So we have one horizontal line. We're going to draw this diagonal. And let's just put it wherever. And now we're going to draw this portion going down like that. We're going to add a midpoint constraint from this line here to the origin. We're going to add our fourth line connected to the origin, and then a fifth line like this. So now we're going to make these 3 lines equal to each other. So let's select them and click the letter E. And now they're all equal. Notice the relationships. We're going to make these 2 points symmetrical about the horizontal line. So click on the 2 points, select the symmetrical feature, and then click the construction line. We're also going to add a perpendicular feature to these 2 lines here. Go ahead and click on perpendicular and select these 2 lines. So at this point, we added our midpoint. We made these 3 lines equal. We have a perpendicular. We have these 2 lines as perpendicular. And then these 2 lines are symmetrical about the horizontal line. We're going to create 12 circles, 6 small circles, and then 5 larger circles that are equal to each other, and then a very large circle. So let's click on our circle feature. And let's make several small circles. Let's make sure that all the circles are coincidental to the points that we are clicking. That way they're locked in place. Zoom in over here. Just make sure that these circles do not have relationships with the other circles around yet. They should not be horizontal or vertical to any of the other circles. All right, we're going to start off by selecting our smaller circles. And we're going to make all of these equal to each other. Let's select the letter E. Now let's click on our larger circle. All right, and notice we excluded the 6th circle here. Let's make these the same size. And I'm going to reduce their size just to make it easier to distinguish them. Step 4, we're adding these 5 dimensions. Let's go ahead and start off with this larger dimension. So let's click the letter D, click on this point, and the center of these 2 circles. And this distance will have a value of 175. Let's zoom out. And I'm going to move this outward. The distance between these 2 points will be 75. This larger circle will have a diameter of 50 millimeters. While this circle here will have a diameter of 25. And the smaller circle will have a value of 10. Notice that all the smaller circles will change right now because they have an equal constraint. At this point, the only circle that's well defined are these 2 here. So we're good to go. For step 5, we're going to fill in this area here by adding 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lines. So let's just click anywhere on this circle and anywhere here. Click escape. Let's add another line over here. And notice that all of these lines are coincidental to the circles that I'm connecting to. And we're going to make them tangent to the circles in a moment. Let's get rid of our constraints or hide them. And finally, this one here, this line is not connected to the circle, but we do create another line that is connected to this middle circle. All right, so make sure that this one is the only one that's not connected. So now we're going to make all the lines tangent to the circles. All right, so this one here, let's go ahead and click on T. We select this circle, and we're still in the tangent feature. So now we're going to select here and then this line. And we'll do the same for all the lines and all the circles that they touch. And then our final one is here. Let's go ahead and show constraints. Just to be clear, notice we have this tangent here, but we don't have a tangent on this one. So let's go ahead and add that. Now it popped up. Oops, it's kind of hidden, but there's a tangent feature. 2 tangents, tangent, 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 and tangent. We're now going to add a constraint where these 2 points are horizontal to each other, and they'll always be locked in place. So notice that these 2 lines are the only ones that are not defined or well defined. For step 6, we're completely defining these 2 lines. So select parallel, select this line and this construction line. And then finally, we're going to make this line tangent to this point here. I missed the tangent feature earlier. Let's make sure that this line is tangent to this circle. And now we're good. So everything in this section is well defined. For step 7, we're adding lines to fill in this region here for this arm. So let's select the line feature and connect these items here. Another line from this circle to this larger circle. Another line from that circle to this one. Oops. I'm going to get rid of this constraint here. We are not connecting these circles with this line. So I'm going to move this back over here. And this line actually is going to go from here to here. So once again, these 2 lines do not touch this circle. They connect with each other. Now we're going to make these lines tangent to the circles that they touch. And notice that our tangent constraints start popping up. And some of these items will be well defined. All right. At this point, these 2 lines should not be well defined. That's what we see right here, so we're good to go. For step 8, we're completely defining the 2 lines that were blue. So this line will be tangent to this circle. This line will be tangent to this circle down here. So key thing to notice, you don't have to do this, but I just want to highlight this. If I create a construction line that is connected to this line here, and if I make this construction line parallel to our line that's here that it's already existing, notice that it is tangent. The construction line is tangent to the circle that's right here. So this is pretty much saying that if we were to extend out this line, it would be tangent to the circle below. Same goes for this line and this circle. And to finally define this one, we need to make this line parallel to this construction line. So notice I clicked on parallel and I clicked on this line and this one. For step 9, we're going to add 4 more circles, and then we're going to use a fillet tool to round out these edges here. So we're now going to create the circle that's a little bit larger than our first circle. Another one here. Another one below. And then finally our last circle. And we're also going to make them equal to each other. So let's click on each one of these new circles that's blue and click the E to make them equal. And they're all resized. We're good to go. At this point, let's go ahead and click on Sketch Fillet. So we're going to select these 2 lines. Don't worry about the dimension yet. And let's do the same for this area here. And click away to get out of that tool. All right. So let's make sure that these 2 fillets are equal to each other. So click on them and select equal. Step 10, we're going to add a value of 15 to one of the circles that we just created, and that'll resize all 4 of the other circles. And lastly, we're going to resize the fillets. So let's go ahead and click on this dimension here and put a value of 15. Notice that they both change since they are equal to each other. At this point, our sketch is fully defined. Let's go ahead and click on the check mark. And now we're moving on to our evaluation. So we're going to click on this region here, the region below, and then this region. And now we're going to hover over this icon, this little tape measure, click on it, and it should give you the value that we need for the self-check. So anyways, thanks for watching and check out the other videos.